do it because it's a fantastic place to be.
It's a unique experience.
It's such a vast open space. There's just miles and miles of sand in all directions.
The big views, the atmosphere, the light changes.
It's an atmospheric place to be.
There's something addictive about it, I think.
Out in the middle of the estuary, on a beautiful day or a misty day, whatever it is, it's always different. A bore is a feature or phenomenon that's formed when you've got a mass of incoming tide being forced into a constricted area. The shape of the channel is such that the tide is being funneled into a narrow gap. Once the height of the water reaches a critical point in relation to the depth of water underneath it, it forms a wave.
If it's deeper, it will form a green wave, and then as it gets shallower, the top of the wave will start to break, and then the whole wave can break. And if you're lucky, you'll get a wave breaking like 100 metres wide across the channel.
See the birds taking off from the sands, and then a few minutes later you spot the bore on the horizon.
Brace yourselves.
I always feel some trepidation because you never quite know how big, how fast, how powerful it's going to be.
But you get a lot of adrenaline, and you can be surfing on the wave, and you look across and everyone else is surfing, and you're basically just giggling to yourself. If you get the balance right, you can sit there and you're going along at 10 miles an hour without doing anything. It's kind of like a surreal experience.
We do it for pleasure, we do it for fun, we do it because it's exciting but not terrifying, although sometimes you can see a wave coming towards you and there's that mixture of anticipation and trepidation.
Some people go out and they think the wave's a bit big and they just go straight over it and turn around and just follow it in rather than actually trying to surf on the front of it.
It can be very fast, it can feel very powerful, and if the wave's breaking in the wrong way, you can end up sideways on it, unable to extract yourself, so you're kind of at the mercy of the waves.
Occasionally you get the secondary bore catches it up, but it's never going to get big enough that it's going to absolutely waste you.
The one thing that everybody kind of dreads is getting washed up onto the sand at the side on the shallows. That then becomes a very unpleasant place because this unstoppable force of water's trying to push you onto somewhere that your boat won't go.
One way of getting off it is to capsize, but you never want to do that. You never want to do that, because there's always that fear that you won't roll.
There's always that anticipation if the channel changes shape, if some of the water's been diverted down some blind channels further out in the bay, there'll be a secondary surge that comes up.
Because the channel changes its direction and where it flows quite a lot, it can be up to about 2 kilometres difference in the distance you have to paddle out. The longest one was about 18 kilometres, so that'd be 9 kilometres out and 9 back, but it could be as small as 6.
Moreceambe Bay is the biggest intertidal mudflats in the UK. There isn't anything else out there, you know, other than the bird life. And to see the kayakers coming in for mile after mile after mile is quite something. And we've often followed them in, running alongside them, you know, and it's great to take a bit of footage of them. It's designated as unnavigable, so there are no sea charts there because it changes that often. Seafarers are unable to keep up to date with it.
A couple of years ago we started looking at satellite images to try and get an idea of where the channel is, but what those images don't tell us is how deep the water is. You don't get an image every day, so if it's cloudy it could be like a month when you get the last image.
For the last 30 plus years, we sit and we try to work out why the bay changes so regularly. It changes just as much when there isn't big spring tides as it does when there are huge spring tides. And it's got a lot to do with the amount of fresh water that's flowing out from the rivers. When we get a big spring tide and we have an inshore wind pushing in and lots of fresh water running out, you do get a good tidal bore. When it comes in at full steam, it can reach speeds of 10 or 15 miles an hour, but what comes in behind it is literally trillions of gallons of water that's just unstoppable. The bay is such a changing environment. It's alive and it does change, you know, with every tide.
The biggest problem we have is if you do end up swimming in the water and you don't hold on to your equipment, then you get separated. Then we've got no real means of reuniting people, so then rescues become swimmer rescues. And the idea is don't capsize. If you do capsize, roll. And if that fails, hang on to everything.
If you are held up to your knees in quicksand, you're not coming out without assistance from a rescue team or somebody digging furiously to get you out.
There is a risk. And like any risk, if you assess it and you put your control measures in, then you can manage that risk to be something that's acceptable or that you're comfortable with.
For me, it's one of the 7 wonders of the world, you know. Use it sensibly, enjoy it. It is a very dangerous place as well as being a very beautiful place, and I can honestly say my 30 plus years of being involved in search and rescue, I absolutely love nothing more than to be out in the middle of it. It's just it's a wet desert. It's absolutely gorgeous.
All those things you can't quite anticipate. You sort of know what to expect, but you never actually anticipate everything that's going to go on, and that's what draws us back, I think.
Everyone's unique. Everyone's a mystery tour. It's just fun. It's fun and it's just an amazing place to be. And the people.